We will begin our session as your party heads into the crossing. Just a little recap on the crossing. A fairly rural and more like backwoodsy feeling city, mostly made up of pockets of kind of wood and stone cabins and homesteads that are kind of dotted through the general region known as the crossing. And the closer that you guys travel inwards towards that main part of the city, these pockets kind of just become more and more prevalent. You notice on your trek in that the area is in a lot of disrepair. And I think I mentioned last week, it's like way closer to what you experienced in Bray than it is any other like intact city. Most of the buildings have been reduced to foundations. A lot of them are also just like four walls and a collapsed roof, or just like, half walls, things of that nature. Every once in a while you see a building that looks pretty untouched, and then you kind of looking closer, part of the roof's caved in, or windows busted out, door off its hinges or even not there. Chimney falling over, et cetera, et cetera. And then also the area is currently blanketed in about 3 to 4 inches of snow. And right as we kind of like check in with your party, I think we kind of like zipped through it a little bit. You guys all should be, I think, full rested, right? We left in the morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because we stayed a whole day like exploring the inn place.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So yeah, full rested. You guys have been traveling for just a couple hours at this point. After you left in the morning. And I know, like I said, we kind of jumped through a little quickly last time. So if there's anything anyone wants to do before leaving, like, I don't know, some people have things they do every morning, or, whatever, to prepare for the days, all of that stuff. We can talk about it. I don't know if there is anything that anyone needs or wants to do specifically. But like, obviously, spells prepared, etc., etc. If there's any like precasts you do before a day, anything like that. And then also, we were going to talk about magic stuff and attunement stuff, if people were passing those out, or people wanted to be attuned to certain things. That was something that I remember we kind of breezed over last time. So if there's anything, this would be a good time to do it just before we get into a day of excitement in the crossing.
Yeah, Dyson went ahead to mess around with some stuff, tinker with his armor a little bit.
Probably lower
Steven would have done
AC on it.
Maybe the other way.
Oh, dang it.
You now fat rolling.
Yeah, we should.
His endurance is maxed.
We should have fat rolls in this game.
Steven would have done his normal stuff, including giving himself that today.
Dope.
In the morning.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else anyone needs to worry about? Are we good?
Nope.
Cool. So yeah, where we kind of got to last time, we had crossed the main like bridge into the area of the crossing, and you'd walked for a little while, and you're kind of getting closer and closer to that center area of the city, and you came across a set of boot prints in the snow. And these boot prints are, they had been like obviously walked through the snow and then kind of somewhat covered by that continuous heavy snowfall that you had gotten just the day before. And most of the rest of the area is very pristine as far as like the snow. Like you can tell not a lot has moved through here. I think I mentioned there's maybe some game like small rabbits and stuff that's kind of come through. But for the most part, it's pretty clean in through these parts. So these footprints are pretty noticeable, even though they've been kind of covered and they're not the freshest of prints. But as you kind of come up, like and kind of see them, pretty easy to spot. You can see them kind of coming out, like from like a kind of like a few little like shacks of buildings that are kind of down a little hill, and they kind of like curl out from somewhere in that region, and they seem to be going basically in the same like somewhat northern direction that you guys are going, as you know, headed somewhere in towards the center of town when you guys come across them. You're probably like, I don't know, 50 to 80 feet away from where they kind of like would come and kind of curl out in front of you a little bit when you first notice them. That's kind of where we'll jump in.
You know, let's have Michael do something new this week.
I would love to.
Maybe give us a new voice. Because I'd like to find out how many people have come through here. What are they? Like race? What weapons do they carry? And have they been seen hurting people before? And so we're going to ask, as we see the footprints, and let the local plant life tell us exactly what's in store for us here.
And this is good. This is incredible. All right, what kind of plant are we talking to?
Do they have different personalities based on the plant that I choose?
They might, yeah.
What about a fern? Does a fern grow in winter? No, probably not. Probably an evergreen, maybe.
Yeah, there's
evergreen.
There's an evergreen, definitely.
Yeah, that's what we want. The evergreen is not scared of winter.
No, it's not. Doesn't bat an eye. Is this the first use to speak with plants we've ever had? I feel like maybe it is. All right. I love it. It's a good spell. All right, so Sela, approaches this tree, casting Speak with Plants. And yeah, what do you want to know from this tree?
How many have passed here, in the last, let's say, day? Race, weapons carried, and have the plants seen them hurt anyone? I don't know how smart plants are and what they're able to answer when it comes to those things, but we'll take what we can get.
So immediately as you're, starting to like talk to this tree, it's I feel like we'll just go a little Lord of the Rings style, and it's a slow talker. You picked a tree, man. You only got 10 minutes. You better be ready. Last day. Oh. Hey there, little red guy. There's been a few creatures. Only 3. On 2 legs.
Thank you, friend. And the creatures without 2 legs, could any of them speak?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't normally speak to many. This is a treat.
Well, of course, when I saw you standing ever so green in the midst of winter, I knew that you were strong and resolute, of good character. Tell me, the 3 that passed here, walking on 2 legs,
Well,
they
they had 2 legs. But walking they didn't do.
Oh. Did they fly like a bird?
They flew, yes. But they didn't use wings.
And did you see anything that they carried? Sharp things. Pointy.
I always keep an eye on sharp things. I didn't see any.
And did they speak?
I didn't overhear them.
Well,
Which way did they go? Tell Steve Selig to ask that.
Did they stop that we can see? Were they heading in the direction we're going?
They came from that way, and they went back that way.
Tell me, wise one, if they flew, what caused these footprints we're seeing?
I think they did.
So maybe flew some and walked some?
No, they never walked. Only flew.
Selig will ask if Stephen knows anything that might cause such a phenomenon, since he's heard tales of him flying around and chasing a chimera through the air.
Steven is stumped about anything like that. Dyson will actually chime in if Selig spoke loud enough for everyone
Sure.
to hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I rolled. I had my whisper on for some reason. I had 26 on Arcana.
Yeah, as far as I'll let Croft go real quick and then
Okay.
get to it.
Go ahead.
Many in the legions have the ability to fly without wings. Albeit sometimes it's brief. These ones could use advanced psionics like we do.
Does that explain the footprints?
No. That is odd.
Yeah, Steven, as far as like arcane, like I mean, it seems odd, but there, you can't think of like a arcane reason for this tree's strange description.
That indeed is odd.
All right. He will ask one more thing, and that is, do they look like our new friend Dyson? You know, do they resemble? They have a similarity in the way they looked.
No, they are smaller.
Like me? They look like me?
No, a bit larger.
Right. Well, may you find ample sunlight this winter and grow ever taller.
Did you ask if they were all walking together at the same time?
Walking together at the same time?
Or if they, yeah. I mean, because he's
Oh.
recounting 3 different people. Did he see them all 3 separately, or were they all together? Like, was it one guy walking and 2 guys floating? Simultaneously?
He can relay that to our friend.
All flying at the same time.
With the walker.
No walkers. Only flying.
They have a little stick with a boot that they're pushing down into the snow.
They honestly
Nope.
might.
No. They came and they went, and those were just there.
Maybe a fourth that's invisible then.
Yeah, that's it.
All the footprints the same?
You want to do an investigation check on footprints?
Sure. I'll do one. Seeing if they seem to be all the same foot or feet pair.
Yeah, as you're looking at the footprints, they do appear to be like a boot print, essentially.
Like same size, relatively.
Yes, they all look to be the same size. It looks like a pretty regular stride. You can tell that the direction is they're only going in one direction, and that's to the north. And they seem to come from like the little couple shacks that are kind of 100 feet down the hill a little bit. They come up that way, and they just basically pass right by this tree that we're chatting with.
But as far as Dyson could tell, it doesn't seem like more than one.
No, even if with that roll, even if the people were walking in the same foot, it looks like just one set of footprints.
Alright, Dyson will relay that to the party.
So we've got 4 people, 1 who's invisible, and 3 who are flying by some magical means. Maybe our invisible person was trying to avoid detection from the flying people.
Maybe following.
Yeah, that too.
Well, I feel like this tree is a really good friend of mine now. Any chance that it or any other tree around, since I feel like I need to say this out loud, is a candidate to be used should we ever want to come back here again?
This specific tree is absolutely big enough to leap through.
What's this tree's name, Selig?
I knew that was coming, and I'm angry about it.
We will, let's see, Prickles the Majestic, we'll call him.
Yes,
Prickles
thank
the
you.
Majestic.
What does the tree call himself?
What?
Oh, yeah. Let me ask the tree.
You
Yeah.
can't really eloquently translate the tree's name. So Prickles the Majestic, he is happy to have
Awesome.
a name of your,
Language.
world. Yeah,
Let's mark Prickles on the map then.
yeah. God damn it. What are we doing with the tree stride? Is it a green?
No, it's black because I cast Blight on it.
There has to be a link. Oh yeah. That's it right there. Prickles the Majestic. Oh! Just outside the crust. I mean, basically.
Wow.
There it is. There it is, folks. On the map. That's where you are right now. And you can tree stride to it, which is pretty cool. I am trying to look something up. Prickles the Majestic is on the map. Anything else you want to ask our new friend? Do you want to warn him that you might fucking jump out of his body one day? Because that might freak him out a little bit.
We'll leave that as a happy little surprise later. No need for him to worry about something that may not happen.
Fair. Very fair.
Yes, better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
There's literally zero chance I would have given you this tree, but now that you've spoken to it, it's just like he's an NPC now. It's part of the game. All the other trees around are not fucking this big. He's just huge. He's just massive, man. What else you got? Anything for old Prickles? We're coming up on 10 minutes.
I can't think of anything. Unless somebody else has something that a tree might know.
How do you feel about cursing it with the knowledge of its existence?
Maybe it always knew. Maybe this isn't the first person you talked to. Wow.
Yeah, I guess
He did say he doesn't speak to people often, not never. So
Yeah, you don't know.
And do we have a clear, just because we're, theater of the mind, we know which way Prickles was telling us they went?
Yeah.
We've got this tree. It's not like it can point very well.
Yeah, he's very good at describing the direction that the sun moves and giving you a direction based off that. He's very aware of the sun.
Cool. Awesome.
Which is dope. And he was happy to hear that it was winter. He hadn't realized yet. So it's kind of a cool thing.
I hope for magic users, I hope they're friendly. Yep, we'll let him return to his life of leisure.
Cool. All right. What's the plan? My fair party.
Do the footsteps kind of coincide with the direction that Xerxes was going to take them? Like just trying to get into the deeper part of the woods, kind of like where we.
Yeah, it basically goes up through the crossing, and then like the route that you were going is basically through the crossing, and then there's like an area of the crossing that enters into the woods, and then there's literally a road up in through the woods that would be a general route to kind of get through the Lamnic. There's all kinds of trails through the Lamnic.
We're going that way anyway, then. So
just heading in the general direction of the tracks.
Where did the tracks end? Like, so they go in and out, but where did they land outside of it?
So yeah, you can see them like you basically you can't see an end from where you currently are. You can't see an end either way. You can see that it came from an area of like multiple little homes or like sheds, outbuildings, whatever they are. You can see it came from somewhere down there, which is like just, they come from around the corner and then they go onward in the general direction that you're going. And you can see them to a point, and then the hills or the land, you'd have to follow them in one of those directions to see kind of where they go or where they came from.
Gotcha.
let's see where they go then.
Let's see where they go.
Cool. Cool. So you walk on for a little while. Excuse me. And you actually pass through multiple of these, like as I said, it kind of gets a little more condensed, like these pockets of buildings. Some of them you can see the tracks kind of like skirt around a little more as they're kind of just walking through, and some of them like kind of just walks directly through like an area where you can see like, oh, that was clearly a stables, and those are two like houses, little cabins. Some of them collapsed in on themselves, like some of them burned down, etc., etc. As you're walking into one of these kind of areas where there's like a cropping of like a little more homes, Xerxes is like, okay, like we're pretty close to the main like drag of the crossing where there's like multiple taverns, shops. Exactly. And so you're kind of approaching that point, and you can see the tracks that you're kind of following in that general direction are also going in that same way, and they're passing through this small square that you can see a couple houses. There's most of these places have all had like a well where they probably are getting water for these areas, and you can see the footsteps kind of walk, and they actually, as you're like coming through this area, you can see that they're kind of veering in the opposite direction than where Xerxes would be taking you. You can just kind of see them veering across a little bit to the right. as you're kind of walking down through this area. You can't really see where they're headed from where you currently are, but you can see that basically Xerxes will take you straight and then left, and it looks like these are kind of going straight and then off to the right.
Well, what do we think?
I mean, Xerxes has taken you the direction he thinks, we have no context for what these are, who they could be, so he's not, he's just following where he's thinking, but since he is kind of...
My only... Go ahead.
Yeah, he's concerned about Karai, so like he would not necessarily fight somebody that really wants to explore it, but he's leading you where he was going to lead you. So.
Yeah, I'm similar. I think just a touch on the other side of like the fact that they're likely magic users, and we had the near ambush kind of ambush the day before. Makes me want to like check it out a little bit, but it's not a. I'm not going to fight someone who's just like, no, this doesn't concern us. Let's keep on keeping on. So,
where is Xerxes' path leading us? Being a new member of the party, where exactly are we going in the woods?
How much should we explain?
You don't know that.
As much or as little as you wish.
I feel like Xerxes probably was like you and I were probably like in similar places, while we were working on stuff during downtime. Mm-hmm. So I think he would have filled you in on sort of like the quest for the embers and why they're important, and that we have reason to believe that there's one in the woods, and that Xerxes only really knows one way in to the woods, so we're kind of going on a quest to locate it.
So your path doesn't necessarily lead to where we need to go, just in the general direction.
Correct.
Well, I think it's wise then to pursue these magic users that our wizard Steven is worried about.
Xerxes, you never told us, does your path into the woods lead over the river? I'll see myself out. Sorry.
Wow.
Couldn't help it.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't. Like I said, he's open. He's cool. If people want to go, he'll follow.
Lagandu or Selig, any strong opinions?
It would be interesting to know who these people were or why they were out here.
Yeah, Selig is pretty goal-oriented, but he is also still going to try to earn some credit with Lagandu by like agreeing with him. Like, oh, that's a good insight. I hadn't thought of it like that before. Just kind
So you're just waiting to hear what Lagandu said.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Good.
All right, well, let's at least follow this for a minute, and if it just is nothing, then we go into the woods. Nothing hurt.
Cool. Okay, so you kind of veer off as you can kind of see them going that way, and Xerxes will kind of, as you get into this area, like point to like where you can see this like kind of like line of like buildings. So they're a little further away. There's some trees in between you and them, but like he can be like, that is like the main drag of the crossing. There's a couple inns, there's, a couple taverns, there's general stores. And even from this distance, you can tell from like the back of some of these buildings, they look just the same shape as a lot of the, things you've already seen at this point. It doesn't look inhabited at all. And as then you kind of about face and head the other direction, following some of these tracks, or just these singular tracks. And it kind of takes you a little bit of a ways through some of these like smaller bunches of buildings, and eventually takes you to the center of like 5 buildings. It's a little square. There's the remnants of most of these buildings. They're mostly fallen over. There's basically like bricks scattered everywhere, walls collapsed ceilings and roofs and all that stuff. And you're kind of walking in and following these tracks as they kind of look like they're kind of curling off to the right. And you can see where they come, you don't see them anymore. And it's right, you're within 30 feet. And you can see that they kind of just stop at a well.
At the well?
Yeah, there's a well and they just seem to stop.
How big is it?
The well, it's made of bricks. It probably goes up about 4 feet high, and it's probably a 5, foot diameter.
Okay.
It doesn't have the upper portion intact anymore. You can see it's kind of collapsed with the little roof and like where the like bucket would have been attached to. It's just kind of like collapsed and fallen to the ground.
Is it open?
The top of the well? Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it had like a cover on it or anything, like a wooden cover or anything like that.
If we look into it, how far down can we see?
Make a perception check. It's incredibly dark.
I do have dark.
I'll go up there with
You can have
Dives in
advantage
and-
if you have, if someone has the spyglass, they can have advantage.
It hasn't come through for me yet.
16.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you can make out the bottom. As far as it goes down about 18 feet, and you can see that there's a water line.
No other distinctions?
Not that you notice. No.
How
Sorry,
close?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go Preston. What'd you say?
How close are the footsteps to the well? Like, are they right
don't-
next to where they stop?
Why don't I show you?
Okay.
All right.
Some map.
Imagine there's snow everywhere.
Do you want to build a snowman?
And there's nothing directly above us, right?
Correct.
And so you said yes, the footsteps went right up to the well?
Yep. Right where you're standing.
Okay.
Stephen.
Okay. Oh, I see the footprints now. That's cool. I want to do one perception check, and then I'll cast my spell. Just because we hadn't, I assume our passes would have been high enough, but anywhere around us, is there like smoke coming out of a chimney, or like any signs of life that we've seen?
Yeah, you haven't noticed any smoke coming out of a chimney or any signs of life. This whole place has looked
Deserted.
deserted. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will turn to Lagandu, Selig, and Dazen. This is going to sound really stupid, and it is kind of stupid, but because this has kind of happened before, I'm going to check. If y'all will just keep an eye out around, I'm going to cast a spell. I can send my eyes, if you will, very far away. And we actually have encountered, we discovered an entrance into Mountain Heart through water. And so, just because this guy looks like he literally jumped into the bottom of a well, I'm just going to see if there's anything beneath. So I'm going to cast Arcane Eye.
Love that.
And send the eye down the well.
Awesome. So the eye kind of you pop it up in the air, and it's just like sitting there for a moment, and then it starts going down this well, and it is like that absolutely horrifying horror movie image of like as you like are slowly going down this dark well towards the water. And as you are like approaching the bottom, and you're like looking into that like black reflection, you can kind of see like Dazen's head maybe like looking over like in the reflection. And then you see this like gray kind of like detailless shape, like humanoid shadow that's like right next to Dazen's head, also kind of looking. And then you see like this clawed hand go up and strike out, and we'll take our 8 o'clock break right there.
Okay.
Of course.
Roll for initiative.
Michael, I didn't have it selected, but could you manually put that in, please, considering...
I will in
Really?
1 second.
really can't do better than that.
It's absurd. 34.
Yeah.
You have
I think
pi
it
in
should
there
do-
as one of your modifiers.
What's that?
Do you have pi as one of your modifiers in there?
3.16.
It's my... it's my... It's Dex. That's my Dex. I feel like it should be a rule: if you double a character's initiative, you get to go twice before they go once. That's a fun rule. Totally fair. Michael's totally paying attention to me.
Very nice. I am 100%. 34?
There you go.
He's definitely paying attention before.
Yeah.
34.16. Is that? Yeah, nice. That is dope.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
So because you agreed to that, I get to go twice before whatever this is goes. Because I
Ooh.
doubled their initiative.
Combat Master's working. I cannot say for certain that it's set up how I want it to be set up. I'm trying to make Combat Master work again.
Okay.
Oh, why is that on the GM layer? I want you to be able to see that. The little circle thing is spinning from like around your token for me. It is so cool. But you can't
That's
see
cool.
it because it's on the GM layer. Maybe I'll GIF it. I'll GIF it and show you at some point. Hopefully I can make it work. But anyway, I'm trying to make Combat Master work. We're gonna see if it does. But Steven, because you saw that, you can act during this surprise round.
Okay.
Though you are in Arcane
And I
Eye
j-
at the moment.
So let's get a clarification. There is nothing in the text that I'm reading that says like I'm actually blinded.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because there are some spells where like, oh, when you're scrying or something, you're blind, like where your senses are not working.
No, I think all this kind of does, like you can do other things. Like it's just like when you're focusing on the eyes, like what's going on with the eye, like, but you can change that at a,
Yeah,
you know.
I can pause it and I'll come back to it later, sort of deal.
Yeah, if you don't
Okay.
cast concentration or anything, you can absolutely
Right.
come back to it later.
Okay. Well, then I will look up at Dyson. Do I see
You see
any
nothing.
like the cool, great. Sorry, it's going to take me slower because Roll20 does not like my new computer, and every time I open my character sheet, it crashes. So, kind of have to go.
I love that. Can you
Yeah.
make it not pop? If you make the character sheet not a pop-out sheet, then it might do you better. But I don't know for certain.
That's what I'm doing, but it's still a pain. Okay.
Wow, I'm really shocked that.
Well, consider I don't see anything, so I'll just kind of like, Dazen, watch out. What is that? And I mean, I wouldn't know anything else to do. Like, this could be a trick of the water too. So that's my surprise round.
Love it. Dazen, we're about to find out if you feel anything or not.
Okay. All right. Dyson is ready.
God. Every time. Okay. 16 to hit.
Nada.
19 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. You don't feel anything. But what you do feel is like there's this sense, right? When you're getting fucking punched or something or clawed, and perhaps your armor you feel like as claws rake across it. Something be happening around you.
Goddamn spooky woods.
Yeah. Xerxes, you also may or may not be getting fucking clawed. 24
May not.
to hit? 24 to hit, Xerxes?
I mean, yeah, like barely.
Okay, you take 14 points of damage. 5 slashing, 9 necrotic. I think you have some resistance to it.
I'm resistant to half the game, but I don't think slashing or necrotic is either.
I wasn't sure. If there
Let me
was
look.
necrotic armor floating around, I don't know if anyone's wearing it.
Oh, no, you're right. I am resistant to necrotic.
I thought so.
Just so we're all on the same page, I'm resistant to fire, necrotic, radiant, and bludge.
Out of control. At least I got you that flash.
Yeah, I don't know, guys.
So only 9 points of ammo to you for that. But there is another claw coming. A 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit too.
Love that. Love to see it. So give him another couple damn ammo. 10 points total. Thalik? This coordinated strike?
My bad,
20
guys. Walked right into it.
24 to hit? Feels really good.
You know, we were talking earlier about seeing visibility.
And then a crit
Yep.
on Thalik.
Yep. It'll be prepared. Don't worry.
I don't know how sea invis helps us. We need like fairy fire or something.
It's a bad crit.
I mean, I have a spell that will help
Everybody to
us.
see him.
We all just aren't gonna like it.
Oh, wait. I actually have a spell that might help us. Now that somebody mentioned
Okay, well.
something.
And then the
We
last
will go first, though, so
the last is Lagandu.
Steven will do what Steven does.
Me?
You 2 attacks. 25, they're rolling, baby.
Yeah.
And 23.
Mm-hmm.
Good love to see it. Great. I think that's all of them. It is the top of the round here. Steven, it is your go. You probably heard everyone that did
We
get
found
hit
our friends.
at least make some noises. Yeah.
I'm going to use my newfound power and oh, not that. As my action, assuming these are undead. Yeah, no location of any undead within 60 feet of me.
Interesting.
I don't know if there's a way to only show me or.
I'm just double checking here because technically they aren't the undead category.
Oh, really?
Spooky.
Oh, okay. That's real spooky.
Yeah. You do not detect any undead.
Wow. Steven's really weirded out now.
However, I do want to give Steven like a kind of a look at what he may have saw. A little bit.
How's that
Hollow
not
Man.
undead?
Hollow
That's
Man.
total. That's total undead. You see something like that, you walk to the other side of the street, like, yeah, there's an undead thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you should.
I don't mean to, preach your profile, but that's undead. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Really wishing I had cast the invisibility, guys. All right, I'm going to hold my action. And who's making a box? Why are you making a box? And say, okay, as fast as you can. I can make the creatures visible, but you're not going to want to be standing here when I do. And so you're going to want to.
Yeah, so you can't hold a bonus action.
What if I'm sorry, I was speaking quickly. I'm going to use my magic rod. And Yeah, so hold the spell.
Cool.
And basically either when everyone has moved 15 feet away or someone gets attacked, I will cast my spell.
Awesome. Jason?
Dyson will.
I need to put I need a note with the phonetic spelling because my pronunciation brain is just not.
All right. No
One of
worries.
these days I'll get there.
Okay.
Or I'll just have to kill you first.
That. So, can Dyson see that other people are being attacked? Not that he
Yeah.
can see their attacker, but
Yeah, they're. I mean, the way they all reacted, they just got fucking basically shivved out of nowhere. So I think there's some definite nobody's stoic through a shivving.
Gotcha. Then, Bison's armor will begin to glow a faint purple and then do this pulse outwards as he casts Fairy Fire.
Awesome.
So cool.
And before I place it, does Dyson have an idea of the direction he was maybe attacked in?
You were attacked from this, if I'm pinging to your direct right, that's where you felt
Okay.
that coming. Though you also know that Xerxes got attacked, Phaleg and Lagandu.
So that's the 20-foot cube. I want to put it at.
Square.
And they need to make a dex save. Any creature there when the spell is cast.
It's upsetting.
Technically, that's allies too, right?
I was going to say any.
Technically, that is allies as well.
So that's all of us.
If you all want to make your saves. Because none of my creatures will be making saves. Upsetting, I know. Very upsetting. The good news.
So no one's illuminated?
You did nothing within that area illuminates now.
Okay.
That's even.
It's good to know.
Huh.
Yep. Got one more trick to pull here, guys, before we just start going scorched earth and firebombing the well.
Okay. So, but everybody but Phaleg and Xerxes in our party is now glowing.
You love to see
And
that.
that's great.
And you
After
can
seeing that it doesn't light anybody up.
release the concentration. You don't have.
Yeah. Could I release the concentration?
Yeah.
No, it's glowing.
Not that it matters, because these invisible creatures currently have advantage on attacks at the moment. Another thing you noticed that's interesting is that there aren't any tracks or anything on the ground. The snow is perfectly intact, which is weird.
Does Stephen do that?
That's the Steven's reaction.
Oh, someone.
Or are you just testing buttons?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click it. My bad.
Okay.
It's what it's going to be when someone attacks. We just preemptive, but yeah. So I'm still holding. I'm sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh, you're good.
But it's their turn in the initiative, so I bet I'm about to bust this out.
Does Dyson want to do anything?
I was just looking through my stuff, see if I had anything, and
Steven did give you a
say
specific.
move. Steven did say move.
Mhm.
He is going to use his bonus action to do. Disengage. I am going to use side power leap. Wherever that is.
So cool.
Boing.
There we go. So I gain flying speed equal double my walking speed, so 70 feet until the end of my turn. And is there any of these rubble ruined houses that are higher than the other ones?
Not really. They're all, this like 1-story houses. None of them have roofs on them that are fully intact.
Nothing I could like stand on,
Yeah, if you wanted, you could technically stand on like some of the like
like a corner.
rubble of one. About 10 feet up,
Yeah, he'll do
10 to
that.
12 feet up.
He'll go back this way. Be standing like kind of technically in the spot over to the
Yeah,
left.
that's cool.
Anything happen when he moves?
Mm-mm,
Okay.
nothing.
All right. That's Dyson's go.
Okay. Okay. I almost said Saru. Lagandu. There are going to be some things that happen to you. The first will just be this first attack. 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Rocks, baby. Lagandu kind of cries out, and that'll trigger Steve.
Yeah, so kind of not sure what else to try. He's going to cast Pulse Drain. It's a 30-foot radius, so if this doesn't work, we're just not going to see him. And he will center it on the well, just to make that nice and easy.
Yeah.
And in case it makes a difference, it is a sphere, so it will go 30 feet up too. Just, I mean, these guys might be able to fly.
Yep. And this will hit your buddies, I believe. As
Yep,
well.
it hits everybody. That's why I told everyone to move.
Love it. Gotta do what you gotta do. We'll do your friends first. If you guys want to roll con saves.
So it's just when they start their turn there. I don't know if you want to keep it
okay.
on initiative. It's when a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Okay, let's do it all now. We'll say when a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time. We'll call that right now.
Yep.
Everyone is basically starting their turn in the area.
Yeah.
That'll be easier. Beautifully done. Gandu.
Even tells everyone to move. Promptly cast spell 2 seconds later.
He was expecting you guys to react quicker. Look, let's go. Damn.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was going to be just all... Oh, well, that's the other version.
Hey, 2 of us saved. That's good.
Yeah, that's 2 saves. That's a lot.
What's the save on this? It's like 8,000. Yeah, okay.
18. So failures, what, take the 23?
23 and suffer a level of exhaustion.
Love it. You just get a little tired. A little tired. But you do still hold the arcane eye. Right. And it's radiant damage, which I believe
Radiant.
to boy.
Xerxes is resistant.
Okay, now
Not
the
resistant to exhaustion, though.
No.
con.
Con.
Left to right. These are not at
Fail.
advantage. Let me switch it to normal.
Fail. Fail.
3
Save.
failures. 3 failures. 23.
23.
Do they take half or not?
No, it's a save or suck.
Okay. Just making sure. 23
But
and a
more
level of
importantly,
exhaustion.
they this light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible.
So as this kind of like spreads out, and some of you are able to kind of like avoid the light that kind of shoots up from the ground. Others of you kind of like taking that full brunt. There are in the aftermath as this kind of light is now like kind of just glowing there, like you see these gray forms just kind of like appear, like falling to the earth as they hit the ground. 3 of them dead.
So, were they flying?
They were not.
They were not.
Yeah. And as you see them kind of like hit the ground, the snow around them does not move. It's almost like they glitched through it. It's a horrifically weird thing to see. And then this one is, I think, cool. Is the spell concentration?
Yes, so Arcane Eyes dropped.
Cool. Yeah, so this one is in the light, so you can actually see this one behind Saru standing there. Here. There it is again for funsies. And it's this like just like completely gray, like humanoid, like male figure that's just completely like detailless. You can see it has these claws, these massive claws. Its eyes. It's literally. It's like a character model that hasn't been like gamed with anything yet. It's like very creepy, ominous. It does have a second attack, but now that you can see it, Lagandu, it does not have advantage. So if it does hit, you do not take the necrotic. Only a 15.
Does not hit.
Lagandu. So that does not hit, but it like slashes out at you. And like if an emotionless form of this like horrific looking thing could be surprised as you like turn and you can like you can see it, like there's like a little bit of surprise on its emotionless gray face. And that's its turn. And Xerxes, it's your turn. It's actually going before that. It's going to leave your space, Lagandu. So
I
you can make an
will.
attack if you would like.
Yep. Yeah, I will do that. Somewhere. Not advantage, but
Critical threat.
But confirm it if you want. Please. 17 does confirm. This would be incredible. Slash or blood, your choice.
well, it's. Give me a second, because I'm pretty sure it has to be slashing.
Oh, for the first attack?
Yes. And I don't. No.
I'm cool with either. Slash or blood,
Okay.
your choice.
It doesn't. Okay, so what's going to happen? It'll be slashing, but there will be an additional bludgeoning damage die on top of it.
Love it. I'm into it. Oh, and you can inspire somebody. Inspire an ally.
I'll inspire Xerxes because he looks like he's ready to line up a shot. Oh, that guy's visible. So there's that. Once per turn on attack hit, deal extra damage equal to your proficiency bonus of bludgeoning damage. So 4 damage of bludgeoning.
Nice.
But in addition to that, let's see. Where's it going to?
Distraction.
Okay. That's there. That's at least still line of sight for Xerxes. I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, question.
Yep.
I hit an attack that technically did slashing damage, but then I did bludgeoning damage in addition. So if it says, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can do blank. I didn't hit with the bludgeoning attack per se. It's not the attack that I rolled for.
But it did additional bludgeoning damage because of your crit.
Yeah. Not because of the crit, because of my subclass ability. It says once per turn on an attack hit, deal extra damage equal to your proficiency bonus of bludgeoning damage. So I rolled for the slashing damage, but because I hit, it did an additional bludgeoning damage on top of the slashing.
But you used the thing to do that. Correct? That's like a thing that you used, like an ability.
I mean, it's like a perk, I guess. I can do it unlimited times.
Okay, yeah. Then we'll say you. It probably has to be your like a bludgeoning attack.
That's fine.
You can do both, right?
Yeah, yeah. I could make a actually. So I used my reaction. I haven't.
Yeah, this was just your reaction.
Yeah, this was just your reaction. Let's do a bonus. Can I use a bonus action?
Technically not until your turn.
Okay, that's
so you
fine.
You can only do the
yes. Yes.
Melee attack.
Cool. Yeah. No, we'll leave it there.
All right. So it is going to go. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my God! Not get stretched like that. That was horrific. And step into there. And as it makes its next step, it leaves the light. and is now invisible. Again, it seems.
I will call it to Xerxes and say, wait to shoot. I'm going after it.
X Factor, you've got. And spell. And it is your go.
Before I get going, before even that, it doesn't seem like my token's connected to HP.
Oh no. Are you at 68?
Yes, sir.
My token shows that you are. So maybe it's just...
My token and my sheet both say 68, but on the actual screen it says 99.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. I see 68, so it's probably just fucking roll 20 being stupid.
We'll just know that I'm actually invincible.
Yeah. So for me, I see 68, so we're cool. Play nice.
All right, how far do I got to go to get out of the radiant damage?
Good question. I'm not 100% sure.
15 feet. You can see the light. Like it's this whole dome of light that goes 30 feet in every direction from the well. So I guess right.
It depends where you want to go.
Yeah, like right there is clear.
Because he saw where it went, so he would need to be trying to win a shot.
And that's why Laganda yells Laganda.
You could maybe go this direction. See? Get a good look at it.
Is that far enough?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
That green
Yep,
would be
you're good.
the light
Okay.
level.
Don't move the boundary. Stay right there.
I know. I'm just one diagonal.
Are you doing it? Or am I doing it?
What?
I was gonna make a good decision.
Oh, it's on. Can you not see my?
No, I
Like an
can.
aura?
I just said if you wanted to.
Oh no, I was not drawing a circle. I was just using my token.
You can go to wherever you want. You got it. Oh, but it shows. Oh, because it's a radius circle versus a square.
From his time, like in and around the crossing, does Xerxes have any knowledge of what these might be?
No.
Oh.
This rings no
No bells.
crossing bells. No crossing bells at all. You can roll a history check. I really wish there was like a lore check. So I'm going to use history for now since this is not, obviously, as we know, an undead. 19 is good. Roll an Arcana check as well.
Why?
Because I'm going to give you, depending on
No, I was just kidding.
There's two different ways that I can go here. Since you can see the corpses of these things, these like gray corpses that are just like creepy, non-detailed, weird things. There's nothing that connects you here to the crossing, but there is this weird thing that you've either come across somewhere. Maybe it's been in all the like research that's been going on lately. Like you've looked at a bunch of books, like your whole party has at some point or another, just to like try to figure out more about the stuff that's going on. So there's chance that you just came across something and like it just like stuck in your brain, but you threw it to the wayside, whatever. About goals, which are these like creatures that live in the Shadowfell, as far as you know about them, but they can be summoned, these things, and like used. These creatures kind of used as these like summoned servants, and just like in the demonic sphere of things that you guys kind of looked into, there's a lot of like possibilities there that these are maybe summoned creatures in some way, shape, or form, and that's probably about as far as like you like know about them. It's not like in-depth research that's been going on about whatever these things are, but you get the idea that these are probably like summoned beings working for someone or something.
Gotcha. All right, he will hold his action, ready to shoot should one of the creatures become visible.
Vandoori?
Over there. Wait, actually, hold on. Can I get there? So I guess there's a doorway. Oh, yeah, there's a doorway there. Yeah. He'll be here.
Okay.
Attempting to illuminate wherever the creature was.
Do you have like a light out? What are you?
No, I just have the fairy fire thing, which didn't affect it.
Correct. Oh yeah, no, the fairy fire isn't on anyone anymore.
Oh, did he dispel it?
Yeah, he dispelled that.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it only lit us up.
It only lit you up, so you're good.
I wouldn't do that then. I was thinking it was on.
No, yeah, that it would not illuminate any of the things. What you think?
You would go there. No. Yeah.
Does staying in the light do anything to him that he would need to know about? Even.
On his next turn, he'll have to roll again.
Okay. So on the next turn, you'll want to likely not be inside the light unless
You're trying to draw it in.
because you're trying to draw it in. But you would know that that circle would essentially
Would be there. Yeah, we'd be there, still in the circle. And then I'll ready an action, an attack, melee attack.
Say, look.
It is very, very difficult for me not to immediately just jump in that well. But this is the only direction he can go to get out of the light and make it. So he's going to get out of the light, and there's not really anything he can do without expending a lot of resources. So I think he is going to dodge.
Classic. Before we reach Steven's turn, you hear a voice. You all hear a voice. Call out. We can call them off. But first, we'll need you to accept our proposal. Steven, it's your go.
Can I see where this voice is coming from?
Make a perception check. It sounds like it's coming from the north. If you... That's my thing. This general direction.
Good. And what proposal would that be? Stephen will call out and he will move there.
Anything else?
In case it mattered, I should have that roll was at disadvantage, so it was the 20, not 24.
Oh,
So
no
I'm exhausted. Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Stephen will hold his action. It'll just be a cantrip, so like I won't be burning anything. But if he sees an enemy, he will attack.
Dyson, before your turn, you hear kind of from somewhere behind you. Sounds like somewhere on the other side of the building. That voice that called out, "A simple task for you to complete. If you accept, we'll call them off." And it is your go.
Okay. Did it sound like in the ruined building or behind it?
Somewhere behind it.
Okay. He's gonna drop down to the right of the building. So kind of where he is right now. Gonna creep around back and see if he sees anything.
Roll a perception check. Yeah, you peer through these woods, just like looking for a sign of anything moving, any creatures, and you don't see anything. There's no signs of movement through here. The snow is untouched.
Okay. He will draw one of his hand crossbows and ready his action for any movement in this direction.
Okay. Xerxes, it is your go.
So the voices were coming from this direction.
One more time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He will walk that direction. And he will yell out, "Counter proposal! You call them off and I don't put a bullet in your brain!"
I love it.
I'm sure the hags are real worried about that.
Anything else, Xerxes?
No, that's it.
Lagandu. I think you have to roll.
Uh-huh.
Constitution.
Wow.
Oh yeah, let's
Con saves, baby. Let's go.
all day.
That's amazing.
That con all day.
Back to back crit. Lagandu and I are going to work great together. He can see in the darkness. He's not affected by my spells. This is awesome.
Scary, man. Very scary. What you got, Lagandu?
We'll go. We'll dash. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
We have days and stuff here somewhere. We'll go there. Cool. That's it.
Lovely. Balak.
Okay, so tell me how many of these I can do in a turn, because none of them
Jesus.
are attacks.
Love it. Some kind of check, a double move, and a talk to our new friends to the north. Give me that one more time.
A check.
Should be able
So
to do all of those.
Easy.
the check is going to be, history. I don't maybe. He's going to try to put together what is shorter than a Dyson and taller than a kobold, and the accent he is hearing from the people that are shouting to him that are invisible, keeping in mind that you know the places he has traveled to based on the trees that he has access to.
I'm into it.
Like, I'm thinking halfling, but he might pick something else up.
Yeah, no, you're clear the voice is a humanoid creature, taller than a Salig and shorter than a Dyson, is kind of a fairly broad range of human-like creature. And the voice doesn't seem to have any specific accent. Roll a nature check just for funsies. What languages do you speak?
Druidic, Undercommon, and Common is what I have written down. So that's what I will go with.
The only hints at an accent is like Elven-ish, but it's one of those where it's like you hear something and you're not you don't know exactly what it is because you don't know the language. But that's the only great guess you have, and that's only because of the crit.
All right. Well, again, I don't want to spend a bunch of resources. I can run across this thing and it won't hurt me, Steven.
Nope. No, if you enter it, you will have to roll.
Okay, so go around it.
Okay.
All right.
And you can squeeze by this one just fine.
Yeah, right up in that area. He'll Well, his plan is shot, so that'll be his turn. He'll dodge again. No, he double moved, so he won't dodge. He'll look sad that he can't dodge.
Xerxes. Dyson, the voice sounds farther away from you, and Xerxes, the voice sounds closer to you. And it's a bit of a mocking whisper. Doesn't feel like it's right up in your grill or anything like that. It's like a stage whisper. Oh, you could put a bullet in my brain, or in a chord. A simple accord. And that's it. Steven, it's your go.
I'm assuming I didn't hear the whisper, right?
It was kind of loud. It was loud enough to hear. But it sounds
I don't often make accords with people.
this direction.
I'm not in the habit of making accords with people I've never seen before. Why don't you come out and we can have a conversation like civilized folk? I'll even throw in a nice persuasion check for you, Michael. How do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah,
Solid work.
not his forte. Not ashamed of it.
Anything else on your go?
No, Marshall and Steven, it's now clicked. Oh, 3 creatures flying. The hag's eye at the inn. Steven's pretty confident who we're dealing with here, so he's just holding that cantrip again, and that's what he's got.
Well, I would show myself, but apparently I'll take a bullet to the face. That's all she says.
Okay. Is there any... So this is all fresh snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any cracks back here? Anything show sign of recent rustling?
Yeah, make a perception check. As far as you can tell, the snow just looks pristine.
And it sounded like it was coming from over this direction, somewhere.
Yeah, generally that direction.
I think Xerxes is there in that direction. I don't know. He's still just going to hold his action for this witch to show herself.
Okay, Xerxes, it's your go.
he will just remain the same, and will say, "Drop the spell, and I won't shoot first."
Love it. Lagandu.
Fuck, could I go? It's 25, 30. Dunzo.
Balik.
Give myself a little of that. That'll be his turn.
From the general direction of this building. All right. If you must speak plainly, just know, if you attack me, they will attack you. In accord is all I ask.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
I make no promise of accord, but we're not interested in fighting anyone. They, as you well know, attacked us first, so we were simply just curious. And I will drop the pulse strain. That's my turn.
As you drop the pulse strain, a woman will appear. Inside this building, and it is as if she is like stepping forth from another place almost. It's like walking out of somewhere. As she kind of appears there, she looks a bit like this. If I can get her token to do what I want. She looks like this, which is a nice look. So long as nothing happens immediately on her appearance, we can move out of initiative for
I can't see her.
a time. A time, at least.
Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
When she said they will attack,
Uh-huh.
is there a they anymore?
Fair. Yeah, make an insight check.
Oh, I'm not great at this.
She sounded very confident, so you would assume that there is some sort of reinforcement she's talking about, but yours. It's harder to incite the confident voice when you can't necessarily see the face. So as far as you're concerned, it sounded convincing. You're in that kind of like middle area. I'll take us out of initiative for the time. If we need to roll it, we can always roll it.
I wish Xerxes was the type to just be like, "Gotcha."
Blam blam.
Bang bang bang.
Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Need something. Something. Where's my... This is good. Nice and creepo.
Well, greetings, stranger.
Apologies, as I did not realize the predicament you were in. But you can understand that when there's an opportunity, one must take advantage of one such opportunity. And all I wish to do is strike a deal.
What sort of deal would that be?
Well, I have graciously already called off the skulks. As you see, no one is getting hurt. Me and my sisters have a bit of a predicament, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right?
And Xerxes to your Xerxes and Dyson in this direction here. And then everyone else that's in this direction down here. You hear from the north kind of this and to the south you hear this deep as the three of them kind of giggle and laugh in unison.
And you seem rather strong. Perhaps you could help the three old women here who could use some help. We could, of course, do more than just call off the ghouls and skulks who attack you now. We might be able to do something for you, a favor in the future, perhaps. Name it.
You still haven't told us what this task is.
Well, it's quite simple. We are just trying to reach out to someone dear to us.
She kind of steps forward and
Who
gives
is?
a curt bow, and as she does, all her rotting, yellowing, greenish teeth.
My name is Ethel, by the way.
Ethel, Stephen.
It's a pleasure.
She'll kind of come up a little closer. And she's
Who
kind
are
of
you wanting to reach out to?
Well, my dearest aunt. We've lost her as of late.
Yeah, you've lost touch.
Yes, we've lost touch.
Where is she?
She lives not too far from here. In that direction.
And she points in the direction of the main town. The main part of town where Xerxes was kind of going to bring you. She just kind of lazily points that way.
Well, if she lives just in town, why don't you go see her?
Well, we would love to pay her a visit, as it were. But we cannot. But you can.
Why are we so special?
As you say that, they all laugh. One of them more high-pitched, one of them a little bit more horrific, and then one of them the deep laugh. And as they laugh, one of them is more in this direction, and one of them is a little bit more behind.
You see, a curse has fallen upon our dearest aunt. A curse that warps her feeble mind. And for whatever reason, she just does not want to be around her family. We hail from a place far from here and close to here all the same. And those of us from that place cannot visit our auntie's home. But you are from this place, so you could visit. And all we need you to do is convince her to let her in. Or you could find whatever protections keep us out. And beware of the wolves. They're very angry.
Okay.
You probably use the poop.
Could you say the last part again? I couldn't hear with Cooper.
Yeah. Cooper, my dog needs poop. We'll be right back after our 919 break, where we talk with Ethel Greentooth and her sisters. BRB.
What are you doing, Bruce?
Should have listened to you, Nate.
With what?
Just going into the woods.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah. That's on me. Though there is a non-zero chance that Michael was gonna work these ladies in at some point. Just considering we saw the Hag's Eye at the inn, and now this.
I'm actually a little distraught. Can you please just go look at my fantasy team real quick?
Hey, let's see here. Oh my. That's horrifying.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Oh. Well, someone's getting dropped. Oh, golly. That just hurts. That sucks, man. It really sucks. I got nothing better for you than just, man,
Yep.
that really sucks.
I literally just lost.
I wouldn't go that far. It is only Tuesday, but that really hurts. That really hurts. Yeah, that completely neutralized your Alcantara complete game.
Yeah, complete game shutout. Neutralized.
Mm-hmm.
Relievers are so broken.
Yeah. Who's rolling something?
I'm trying to make the combat end. Combat Master is still alive and well, apparently. I don't know. It's one of those things. They didn't set it up beforehand. It just is working. Okay. So we jump back in. She basically just said something along the lines of that all she basically wants from you is to either convince her aunt to let them in or to find a way to turn off whatever the protection is that's keeping them out.
Gotcha. Got it.
That was what her ask is.
Well, as much as it saddens me that you'd become estranged from your aunt, I myself am, have had similar family hardships, and I can say from experience, it doesn't go well when you bring outside parties in to intervene. This is just something that is best kept within the family, if you will. So, sadly, I think our goals and our ventures lie elsewhere, I'm afraid. So, while it was lovely to meet you, have to respectfully decline.
Well, if that is the case, then I must say your journey forward will not be an easy one.
Well, why is that?
Well, you see, these creatures are everywhere.
This isn't how you build trust here, Ethel. Blackmail is not. Once you go down that road, who's to say where it'll end?
Well, there is blackmail happening. I'm simply saying, without our help, your travels will be difficult.
Allow me and my companions to discuss this for a moment.
She's just standing there.
I'll kind of have everyone huddle up.
Yeah, don't trust witches in woods and curses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely not. It's just whether we kill them now or just try and leave and live to fight another day.
That is the question at this point.
We really don't have a means of combating the invisibility. I don't think there's any harm in telling them we'll do it, visiting the aunt, and getting prepared.
I agree. We should at least tell them we'll try.
I don't think
And
we
if
should
they
go
can-
anywhere near that ant.
I believe that's the direction we're going with Xerxes, is it not?
Towards the ant's house.
Yeah, it is.
It was in
Yeah.
town, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She pointed that way. We don't know where it
Yeah,
is.
she pointed in the same general direction Xerxes was originally headed.
In the town?
Yeah.
Oh, we are already past.
Yeah.
No, we basically came to a fork in the road. We could have gone left to go into the woods, or because of Steven's dumb brain, we went right to follow the footsteps. And we went
yeah.
right, and that led us more into town.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah. Still don't think we should mess with that.
Are you prepared to fight?
Always.
Effectively?
It's the invisibility.
Possibly.
I can't shoot what I can't see.
There's no reason for us to really take this fight. We're going that direction. We can at the very least say that if we see their aunt, who, by the way, we don't even know who she is yet. We don't even know name, location necessarily. There's nothing that says we'll even actually find her. Perhaps Ethel would agree that maybe we could try to convince their sister to come here rather than they there. Then we don't have to mess with curses. We don't have to disband anything. And if we don't happen to see her sister, her aunt, then that's fine too. But if coming to some sort of temporary agreement gets us through these woods, I don't see a reason why we should avoid it.
Michael, now that she has revealed herself, do any of us or all of us or none of us know what we're dealing with?
I do want a history check.
Yeah, you can make a history or a nature check if you want. Very low DC. Has she looks like a
Yeah.
Walks like a hag, talks like a hag, looks like a
Well,
hag.
I'm specifically doing a history check because I want to see if there were any mention of hags in the Lamneck Woods in any of the Chaos Legion unseen notes.
Yeah, there wasn't any anything that specifically talked about any specific hags or anything. There's hag lore around here and there, you know, like hags hail from the Feywild. But yeah, nothing specific to the crossing or specific to the Lamneck Wood that you'd come across. And the name Ethel doesn't ring any bells.
And do any of our characters know that like deals you make with a hag rarely turn out good, or do we not know that?
I mean, you might know that that's like a like a story or like a thing about hags, you know, like deals and such. That kind of comes with the territory of the Feywild as well. Deals you make in the Feywild are you really need to think about them before you make them. But you know, it's to be seen. Here, what exactly she's asking of you.
Hey, Ethel,
Yes.
how do we know where to find your aunt?
Well, I can show you where she resides. It's not too far from here.
So you can go close enough to her house.
Of course.
Does she reside outside the city?
Yes, just in the woods on the other side.
Is there any reason she couldn't come to you here instead of you to her?
As I said, her mind is keeping her there.
Her name wouldn't happen to be Old Vandoori, would it?
She would hate to hear you call her old. Vandoori, yes, Auntie Vandoori. You know her. It would be much easier if you just told me that in the beginning.
I've heard of her. Haven't had the pleasure of meeting her. In fact, we have another mutual friend. A man named Emil, I believe you ran into as well.
I can say that I have, and just says, no. This may be one of Vandoori's friends, but I'm not familiar, no. He sounds like a fine fellow.
He's pretty memorable, one could say. I'm surprised it wasn't you he was referring to. Maybe it was Vandoori.
Real trap I have, so I don't think I know this. Me.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to reopen my character sheet every time.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Well, I'm gonna assume she's lying. She's a hag after all. Well, we can try and talk to Vandoori. There is no promises, like we said. But
Well, then there's no promises on my end either.
So Ethel, nice to meet you. My name is Selig. Family, so important. Not a day goes by I don't think of my brother and the sacrifice he made for me. That I'm sure Michael remembers from the 9-page backstory I wrote about him without him ever being introduced into the story at all, because he was just a piece of my character development and no need to have him there.
Oh, he's dead.
But just, oh yeah, he's dead. He died before all this started happening. Family, very important. As a measure of trust, I am more than willing to go and help mend fences, remove barriers. As a person of this world myself, I like to keep things in balance, keep things serene, remove the discord, as it were. Would you accept a token of my partnership to, at least in good faith, go see what we can do? And he will take, now that he has his fancy +2 druidic focus, he will take his old focus, just, a rock, and offer it to her. Like, it doesn't really do anything, but it's a piece of my history, like my brother. And my gift to you as a pledge of good faith, just to at least go take a look. Would you accept this?
So this pebble, this stone, if you will, represents an accord, a deal that you might look into my family matters for me?
Look into. We are not all powerful. There are some things that we have a limit, but we can at least see. Would you tell me, now that we're in a dialogue, the footprints by the well, were those just to are those of your doing? I understand that desperate times call for desperate measures, and I too would do anything to talk to my brother again. Are those of you, or is this something else that we should investigate outside of what you know?
Oh, those footprints over there.
And she points, and there are no footprints.
Oh. One last thing, since we're talking, would you allow me, and me alone, just as a continued gesture of our newfound agreement to at least move forward, would you allow me to use a method to just look at the rest of your family here and take a look at them, so I may acknowledge them as well? And he will use, if she allows it, and I don't know where this came from, but it is on my character sheet.
My favorite.
He is all knowing.
He will use the Gem of Seeing, if she allows it, which gives him true sight out to 120 feet when he peers through the gem.
I wonder. I don't remember exactly where that came from.
But he won't do it if she doesn't allow it. But if she does, he will. He's trying to present himself as the good cop bad cop of Stephen in the group.
Yeah. She doesn't She lets you look around through it, and the Gem of Seeing, I believe you have to look through it.
Yeah.
And that gives you true sight, which you can see invisible creatures, correct?
Yep.
And on the ethereal plane, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you see. If I do that, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So you see a creature that looks like that here. I'm pinging on the map. You can see one here. You can see one here. And you can see one here. As well as a creature that looks like this. Very large. About 9 feet tall, hunching. Standing about 10 feet behind you here. And I think... Oh, there she is. Didn't know where she made it to on that. You can see a creature. This is actually interesting. I need to just double check. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as you see a creature that looks like this. Standing right here. 10 feet away from you. You actually need to make a wisdom saving throw when you look at her.
Alright.
Because of how horrific her appearance is.
It's not good, y'all.
Sounds
You
like
do
my
great.
ex-wife, am I right?
You do great. And with that roll, you even are able to hide your shock at how horrible she looks. She is basically this nude woman covered in moss and seaweed. She looked like she's been drowned. She literally looks like a horrific dead person with giant eyes and like jagged teeth and like a torn open face where you can see like horrible jagged. It's a nasty look that she has.
Yeah, he'll bow at Ethel, appreciative of the ability to see what maybe he wasn't supposed to, and he will kind of whisper to Stephen, "Yeah, we need to at least take this deal for now and go check it out." Plus, the guy that's playing me desperately wants to meet this old Vandoori for like 2 years now. So we don't do it for Selig, do it for Warbreath.
So my
That's true.
small friend, Selig, was it?
Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you for remembering me. That's very gracious.
Your pebble, then?
Yeah, he'll hand over the pebble.
She like takes it, does like the weird bite thing, and then puts it in some pouch in her side. She has many.
Sure, I've just opened myself up to a world of hurt, but Selig has got a plan as well, so let's just see whose plan
Selig's
is more
got the-
diabolical.
Sailey's got the IOUs out to those elves who brought Calic back, and now a hag. What? Any other groups you want to lend yourself out to, my friend?
I haven't made it to Greyforge yet. I'm sure there's somebody there I can.
That's true, yeah.
Well, should I show you the way?
Yes, please.
Please do.
Kind of turns on her heel. Vanishes as she does.
Just follow my voice.
And kind of whistles as she walks in this general direction. Back towards the main square. And she gives you like 20 to 30 feet between her. And if Selig, I don't know, can you just look through the gem at all times? You really need to strap that onto your face.
Well, it has three charges,
Okay.
and yeah, he'll be talking to Xerxes about putting this on a pair of glasses pretty soon. Now that he sees what it's all about.
That'd be pretty good. Pretty good to have.
I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just marching order.
I'm gonna message Selig. After we walk a ways, can you look and see if her sisters are following?
Selig has telepathy, and he will tell Stephen, a charge will last for 10 minutes. So I'll be able to check for like the next 10 minutes. Or I can use another charge after that.
Because if it's, I'll message back, because I don't know if I can just free telepathy back.
Make sure
if it's
you're
just
taking
her-
off these spells. FYI.
The cantrips, yeah, I can. I'll make sure to.
Oh, sorry. Message versus sending. Sorry.
Yeah, message.
Gotcha.
No, I'm not burning. I'm not just going through third levels when there's a hag standing around. Sorry.
I'm just trying to be the DM here.
Yeah, no, you're good. Really regretting that arcane eye use. I'll message back. I have something I can try, but will only work if it's just her and I can see her.
Okay. Yep. He will telepathy back. First of all, this is awesome. He'll telepathy back. Understood. I'll keep you posted on how many of them are around as we go. And Selig will also telepathy to Steven, hey, I just kind of opened this up to like perpetual scrying. So this is probably the way we're going to have to talk to plan something, and we're going to have to kill this hag. Or else we'll never we'll never not be spied on ever again.
I'll say out loud, you think? way ahead of you. I kind of
So
hope
you guys-
Ethel's like, what was that?
What was that?
You guys walk for a little ways towards the main part of town, and as you get to that main square of town, like the main drag, it's like maybe 10 minutes. You peer over, like as you're reaching the end of the spell still, peer over and kind of like look around, and you can see like you're flanked by the skulks on either side, like kind of shockingly close to you, just moving without sound or moving the snow that's around them. And you can see both that big, large hag woman and the really horrific one that you literally have to hold back winces when you look at her. Luckily for you, you've already looked at her and you don't have to make that save again. But she's also wandering behind you guys, kind of following. And you can see Ethel in the front, and she's just kind of whistling every once in a while. She kind of like looks back and says something from time to time.
It's not too far from here.
Things like that.
As we're walking, I am definitely telepathying all of the group to tell them exactly what we're up against. Even after the charges run out and I can't keep track of exactly where they are, we know now they're here, and I'm telling them, all right, we've got this, we got this, we got this, we got this.
It's only about 20 minutes until you get to basically where Xerxes knows is the first kind of like main road into the Land of Wood. Of note, as you're walking through the main square, Dyden, there is an inn that kind of like stands alone, right in the kind of central area, and it is just gives you this like another like hit of deja vu from your time in the labyrinth, but it like is a quick passing, just like feel like this weird feeling.
Gotcha.
As you guys get to the wood, Ethel kind of turns around and comes out of whatever this weird invisibility is.
There's a small lake.
And she kind of points off a little to the north.
Just through the woods there. In its center is a little island with a little house. The house belongs to my Aunt Vandoori. You've heard of her.
And she just kind of like points in that direction.
Just try and speak to her. That's all I ask. That's
She pulls out that little pebble.
the accord we made. All you must do is try. If it's within your power to get rid of whatever is shaking her and keeping us from that land, well, maybe we would owe you something more. But all I ask is you try, and then you can be on your way, unmolested.
Let's go try.
You just beckons you in the direction, and will walk in that way if that's where you're headed.
Yep.
Cool. So you move through the woods a little bit. There's like a weird little path that kind of leads you down towards this lake, and you see this lake. It's not massive, pretty small lake, and in its center you can see this island, this small island that barely fits like a like I'd be shocked if it's like 70 feet across. It barely fits this cabin that is on the island. You can see the cabin is completely dark. There are windows that are open, and there is a little bit of smoke just kind of coming out of the chimney. But there's
What time of day is it?
you're probably at noon at this point.
And did she walk with us into the woods?
Yeah, she's like
I couldn't tell if.
yeah, she's basically escorted you like to the lake, basically. There is down at the bottom of the path that you guys are kind of on. There is a small wooden like bridge that leads from the end of the path to the little island on the lake. It's kind of decrepit and old, but it's just like a walking bridge.
Lagande will start walking across the bridge.
Love it.
How wide is it? How wide? Bridge?
Like 5 it's like it's basically a single file bridge.
No. I guess not how wide is the bridge, but how wide is the crossing? What I meant.
Of the water.
Yeah.
Like 100 feet or so.
Does it look deep?
It's real murky. You wouldn't imagine that it would be seriously too deep, but
All right. Dyson's not going to go on the bridge. He'll start crossing through the murky water.
yeah. So like if you kind of start going in the water, it just kind of for the most part, like as you kind of just get started, it goes to about your knee height, and you're able to kind of travel for a little ways.
Okay. If it gets deeper, let me know.
Yep. Is everyone else going on the bridge?
Does Xerxes have any
Yeah.
knowledge of the specific area?
Yeah,
Or stories about, house in a lake kind of thing?
roll a history check. Yeah, so thinking back, you kind of remember this lake, like that, like as a place that people would kind of like go and maybe like fish or just like hang out. Like it's just like this little lake that's kind of near the middle of like town where the woods start. You don't have any memory of this island or this cabin or this, like this is all
All new.
strange, all new. Yeah.
while we're crossing the bridge, Lagandu talks to Stephen and Xerxes, and you mentioned someone named Emil that might have met this Vandoori woman.
I think he met the hags, but I guess it could be Vandoori. Do you know Emil? You'd know if you knew Emil.
No, I don't believe I've met anyone named Emil.
He's half elf, half spider. Good dude. Kind of horrifying to look at, but
Interesting.
good dude. Yeah. The mysterious narrator can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe some hags stranded him in the Feywild, or here. I can't remember which it is, and he's been stuck here for a while.
Here. Yeah.
Got it.
The moment you guys get about halfway across the bridge, and it's probably about waist height for you kind of trudging through the water, everything gets really dark.
Cool.
As if almost like it's night. Like you right as you like kind of like pass the center point, like looking up, it looks like the night sky. Looking back, the way you came, like you can see the bridge just going back out, but it just like there's like fog and darkness, and it's almost like you're like transported in the middle. You can't see the other side of the lake, even though it's only like 50 feet away. It's just dark. It just looks like you're on this lake, this massive lake where you cannot see the center. All you can see is this house in the center.
Is the house still dark?
Yeah.
Okay.
The house is still dark. There is still just what looks like a little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney, but the house is still dark. But it looks like it's basically midnight.
Lagandu will pull out the lantern he has clipped to his chain weapon, and we'll have a little light source around him. More as a just so if anybody's in the house, they could see them coming, so as to not surprise anybody.
I'm going to put you on a map for visual sake, so you can see. Look what it looks like to you.
Doors!
Lagandu is a light source. There is a torch.
Even don't need no light.
Old stone-looking house. Window on the front.
All right, we'll go up to the door.
We'll knock.
Knock, knock.
Guys knock on the door. Waiting. And eventually, you hear the of the locks opening on the other side, and the door kind of swings open. And a woman stands in the doorway. She's very short, with a cowl kind of over her. Hello, can I help you?
Hello there.
Vandoori.
Yes, Vandoori. This is my name. And you are?
I'm Steven, Wizard of the First Order.
Lagandu.
Hello.
That there is sailing. Xerxes is back behind us. Dazen is
And Dive is on water
The one in the
patrol,
water.
apparently.
Kind of gives you a wave. Xerxes, when she sees you, she there's this look of knowing on her face. And then she kind of turns and,
Oh, come in, come in. Yes, would everyone like some tea?
she kind of starts shuffling into the house. As she does, you'll note that the fireplace is roaring. And there are candles throughout the house that are illuminating everything inside. And she kind of looks back and
Does your friend wish to stay out in the lake? Or will he be joining?
I believe he'll stay outside, but he may change his mind.
You good, Dyson?
He doesn't. Yeah, I'll keep watch.
Cool.
and the door shuts. Dyson, from your standpoint, the house looks completely empty and dark. Other than that little puff of smoke coming out, even though when the door was open, there was all this light kind of shining from within. You could see the kind of candlelight flickering. But yeah, then the door shuts and there's just no light coming from any of the windows or anything.
Damn hags.
And it's just dark and the middle of the night for you. There's crickets, there's stars above you, and you're just in this very quiet, just standing there in the light. She takes a pot off the fire and starts pouring into these little cups tea. The scent of the smell of tea steeping. There's incense smell. The room is filled with this kind of smell as she starts kind of pouring these little cups of tea and handing them out. Whether or not you're drinking them, you tell me. But she's just kind of handing them out, and she pours herself one as well. And then she kind of takes a seat in kind of a rocking chair. There are little stools and chairs all over the room, and she kind of beckons you to sit.
So, why do you visit your on Vandoori?
Complicated, what should be a simple question and answer sadly has a complicated one. You wouldn't perhaps have any sisters, would you? Or nieces, I guess would be the right word.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, I do. 3.
Yeah. They kind of ambushed us and threatened to kill us if we didn't convince you to see them or let them in here.
For that, I am quite sorry. But if this is the only reason you come, you may certainly go. Tell them you tried. I want nothing to do with them. If this is
Yeah,
the
that's
only
what they
reason you
said.
come, then please take as much time as you need, and then be on your way.
What happened between y'all? Just family falling out? Sorry, go ahead, Preston.
Continue.
You could say a falling out.
I get it. I get that. My surrogate father had me imprisoned and tortured for 4 years, so family, the worst.
This we can agree on. Tortured. I not so much, but banished, if you will. And it is those 3 who wish to take advantage of me. For that I cannot.
Gotcha. Understandable.
Do you know what their goals are?
No,
What?
mostly be evil bitches, if I had to guess.
Yeah, we kind of got that vibe from them.
How long have you been here? Do you know?
And not long in this place exactly. But here, as in your
In the Vale.
Quite a long time. My home, you see, is on the other side.
In the Feywild?
Yes. Though I am not allowed back.
Banished.
Banished, yes. So for that,
Did you by chance happen... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, if I am banished from the Feywild, I decided to banish the Feywild from visiting me.
Seems reasonable to me.
Quite.
Did you by chance happen to travel with a fellow named Emil?
I have not heard that name in a long time. Yes, an elf. Years. Many years. How is he? Do you know him?
Yeah. Our paths crossed. Did he have the spider legs before or after he traveled with you?
As I said, doing evil bitch things. Emil was a nice man. My sisters, however, sounds like they've done something to him. It's good to hear he's.
Can I do an
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is definitely. Last I saw him, let me do an insight check. Ugh.
Tough to read this old lady.
Yeah.
Ow. I must be upfront. I have seen you all before. Some of you more times
You
than
have?
others. Yes. You, especially.
And she looks over towards Xerxes and Stephen.
You have walked into my sight on one time or another the past few months, I'd say. Is it true you come here just to pay me a visit, as was asked by my sisters, or
And then she looks at Xerxes.
do you come seeking someone else?
Well, I'm afraid that your sisters fit right in with the crossing, to be fair. Not the first time I've been shaken down. But you're not wrong. We have other reasons to visit the woods. I can't say I remember you, though.
No, you see, my interactions with you,
And she kind of like touches her forehead. And as she does, she like kind of pulls her hand across like the wrinkles of her forehead. And then you see like where she's got all these wrinkles, like an eye just kind of opens in the center of her forehead. And it's just milky, like blind eye.
I have different ways of seeing, as I am stuck here most of the time.
And that eye just kind of like blinks a few seconds and then just kind of like blinks back into a wrinkle in her forehead.
I keep track of things as best as I can. And
Yup.
you,
I'm literally
You, my
about to ask
friend.
that, by the way.
She looks back to Xerxes.
I was recently visited by someone who looked a lot like you.
What did he want?
Power.
Typical.
Now, that power he seeks, he will likely not get. You say you are here for a reason? Heading into the woods. Well, I have an idea of that reason. And, well, so does... Now, what is he to you? Child, grandchild, or just a boy who reminds you of yourself?
Just a punk that I had pity on.
I see. He was quite brash. He came here seeking power. I could not give it to him, but I could show him the way. And he heads in that direction now.
She kind of just like kind of looks off.
You do the same for us. Where's he going?
Into the marsh.
You're not the first person to tell us about the marsh. Is it on this realm? On this plane?
in one way or another, it is sleeping through, one might say. And that is a problem for Vandoori. You see, the more the Feywild seeps into this realm, the less of this realm Vandoori can be in. For I am banished from that place.
An insight check just because she's mentioned it a couple times.
Seems to be very upfront with that.
Cool. Yep.
Can I be so bold? Banished? Banished by who?
Oh, some might call them gods. But we all know the Archfey are not gods.
The Archfey?
Oh yes, very powerful beings, but not gods.
Well, I, for one, can't stand someone who pretends to be a god, so I can certainly empathize.
Are you aware of what's been going on in the Vale the last several years? With the gods here and what people have called the burning?
To an extent. I know of, well, what you seek. It's the same power Karate.
Him and
Same power.
many
Who's after?
others.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Oh, correct. Got it.
Do you... Do you have any knowledge of who is behind all of the events leading up to the burning related to the Chaos Legion?
I can't say that I can help you there. Though I do think the Lord and Lady of the Mars have something to do with the Legion you speak.
Do you believe the Archfey are allies trying to take over this realm? Do you believe they wanted to banish the gods here?
I think the Archfey are just too caught up in their own petty squabbles to notice much else.
Who are the Lord and Lady of the Marsh?
The twins, Zolarel.
Like, those aren't your twins, right? I don't remember their names.
Zorel, the twin Zorel or something that you have a note about, I believe. I don't know where your notes are, but oh, that was in the email.
It's in the email somewhere.
Control F.
Different than the
God.
twins that Selig has an accord with, by the way. Xerxes don't shoot
That's,
me in the
that's
head.
what I was asking.
Different than those. Different than those. As far as you know.
Why is the marsh seeping into this realm? Into this plane?
Well, they are doing something within it. That I do not know, for I have not gotten an eye inside. Most
Speaking
of
of
the eyes,
eyes inside,
yes.
how did you give Borseal an eye? How did he come by that? I've wondered that from the first time I saw it.
Oh, many a fellow I've met on an occasion in a city at night, out late. A woman has her needs. And a man like, well, Borseal, I think you know the rest.
Steven's going to do a 50-50 job at like hiding like a gag reflex. Like,
Steven thinks he did a really good job hiding that. The same way Selig hid his horrific reflex to seeing that hideous woman.
Why do you
As I
believe
was-
that Kurai will be unsuccessful harnessing the power of the marsh?
Oh, well, because, well, as with many of my eyes that I've sent in that direction, none of them last very long. For the marsh, well, it sucks the life out of one. The moment one of my eyes steps inside, it's a matter of minutes before life is siphoned from within and they become a corpse.
where do you send them? Is it Mountain Heart?
No, just the edge of the woods north of here. Northwest, you know. I can show you on your map.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
She points to the general direction of where you're going.
Great. Well, that
Sounds like our interests may align. Perhaps we could go and attempt to stop the seeping marsh. Although it sounds like we may need some help to not have the life sucked out of us. It's mildly inconvenient.
Quite inconvenient. Well, I of course would be happy to help in the exchange of services, goods. It just depends how quickly you want to. Wow, my voice has gone from kind of the right voice to just back to Ethel's voice, and that's annoying.
Yep.
They're sisters.
family resemblance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a little more be Russianish.
That was a little too dosed off the Russian.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
It's
where supposed to
It's
live.
Madame Ava. Just remember that voice, from the beginning.
It's the voice is just so gone. Started in the right place, and now it's just gone.
I can, of course, help you to get to where you're going. And perhaps you could take care of things quickly. And you just might be able to, blow the marsh's effects in time to save your, what was he?
Veil.
Pumpkin.
I'm afraid we'll need to do something about your family as well. Their invisibility in particular stands to be a challenge.
Well, so long as you're in here, there's nothing they can do to you. And I have ways to get you elsewhere from right here. So they can wait.
If I may be so bold,
Oh, if this is better, guys.
what is your family's intentions with you?
Oh, I believe they wish for me to be dead. What did they ask of you?
To bring you out?
So they could try and kill me.
Can you leave, or you just choose not to?
Oh, I could leave, but if I leave, well, then they could be here, where I am.
That's what they would gain, your house?
Yes, I do not wish for them to come. This is the only place that I can be sure the Fae cannot reach. Until that is, I am reinstated.
How would you get reinstated?
Become a landowner in the Feyland.
Maybe become the landowner of the marsh?
Oh, well, that would be spectacular, yes. You know what it takes to become a landowner in the Feywild. The signet ring of a lord. Or lady.
Well, if things are as you say, and it seems like they're after what we're after, and it certainly doesn't seem like they are too keen on keeping this plane as it is. Possible that we're in conflict, and if we can bring something back like that to you, perhaps that works out for everybody.
I believe that could work out very well, yes.
So how would we go about surviving the marsh?
The marsh is, oil powered, much like my little slice of home here.
And she starts walking, kind of quickly in the direction of Xerxes, and it's probably a little uncomfortable at first. He made a quick twitch towards his gun, and she starts rolling up the carpet, the rug that's right there, and there's a trap door that she pulls open. Come, and then she beckons you to.
Should we bring Dazen inside?
Yeah, you should probably go get him.
He is quite welcome if he just dries off a bit before he comes in.
Say, will you go?
Turn the doorknob to the left when you open it.
Can I, or does it not work if I try to telepathy Dyson from here? Or
Yeah, you're not able to reach him.
Okay, yeah, he'll open the door and...
Do you turn the doorknob to the left as she instructed?
To the left, Salig.
Sure.
To the left.
Yeah, you turn the doorknob to the left, open it, and you can see where if Dyson is still standing there in the marsh or in the lake.
As we're going down, Laganus asks if he had turned the doorknob to the right.
Well, he would have not been there.
All right.
Comforting.
We shouldn't have left Croft alone. Bad things happen when his characters are left alone.
This is true.
Croft, are you still standing out there?
Yeah. It's the thing. How much time has passed on his end? Does he know?
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes ish probably.
Okay.
Not been crazy. But yeah,
This is completely
standing out there in the water.
Salig.
Well, I'm just calling to him. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, he's right there.
get him from the side.
Yeah, hey, Dyson. We're going somewhere new. Come on.
There's no curses, right?
No
I don't
curses.
trust any of this witch business.
We have a way of getting away from those hags following us, apparently.
All right. You're still alive, right? He inspects Salig before he crosses the threshold. Do you look like the same Salig before?
As far as you can tell.
He polymorphs into a Salig that's 6 inches taller just to fuck with him.
with two tails.
Amazing.
Fine. All right. Where are we going?
I think we have a shortcut. And I'm sure because we're all game players and never throw away any inventory items, Xerxes or Steven has been hauling around that big bowl of troll's blood still that was on its way to Old Vandoori.
Oh. Well, that's actually Steven as they're going down the trapdoor. This is completely probably irrelevant, but what were you and Warbreath up to, Vandoori? King Warbreath, do you remember him?
You know the Royal Warbreath.
Yes, I knew him, yes.
Knew him?
Yeah, he got himself killed.
That is too bad. Who's the new leader?
They were all killed. They were all killed. It was trolls. It was not great.
You can just see her sit there for a moment. She's just pondering.
Our own line has ended. These two don't step on.
And she points to this glowing circle on the ground that looks vaguely like a teleportation circle, but it's flickering and glowing a little bit.
Just be sure not to step on that.
But she goes to the center of the floor of the basement and pulls up another small trapdoor, and like lets you all look in. And inside there's this like, I don't know, softball-sized crystal, and it's just like this brilliant magenta color, and it's just glowing and pulsing like. And she like shuts the little hatch.
This is how I power my protections. This is how I'm keeping everyone out. You see, it's siphoning the energy of the Feywild that's seeping through. I got this idea from them. You see, they're bringing the power of the Feywild through, using crystals much like this, only on a much larger scale. Large obelisks set within Fey crossings. I've seen these.
She points to her forehead.
But not with my own eyes. This is how they're powering their putrid death bog. If we could destroy but one of these obelisks, well, the bog would falter, and passage could be done for the living.
Where are these crossings?
They surround the bog. There are at least 5 of them. Luckily for you, I can get to them.
And she looks back to that like flickering floor. It's just kind of pulsing.
So to get into the woods, we'd have to survive the bog, the marsh. And to survive the marsh, we have to destroy one of these crossings, one of these obelisks.
Yes, the more you destroy, the better chance you would have, or at least longer. But if this is a in and out job, one would do.
How would we bring them down?
And this is something Vandoori does not know. If you were to, well, take your nearly one-of-a-kind weapon there and aim it at,
and she motions to the trapdoor.
a few bullets would probably do. But these larger obelisks that they're using, employing, well, they might take a bit more to take down.
Where do they get these obelisks from?
This is a good question. They are not of the Feywild.
Would Logando have come across any of these obelisks or fragments of them? Any of these arcane crystals?
So yeah, I mean, it's likely you've come across some of these like arcane crystals that are just like completely spent. The one that she has, definitely like, if it wasn't glowing magenta, would look like some of these arcane crystals that, like Saru had multiple in his pouch. Like,
That's what I'm trying
I was
to get
about to
to.
ask
I was
the same
trying to
thing, yeah.
link what Saru had to me now to somehow make that line
those
up
were,
and be like,
those were
oh,
much smaller, like little fragments that like could like harness arcane power, but like no one had ever like really figured out how or what they, they didn't do anything as far as you could tell, until you saw them kind of like empowering the weapons of beacons back in Briar. And hers is like kind of a larger chunk, but it seems to be like it's like doing something, like working. And it sounds
but the
like
same?
What's that?
Or different?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like the same thing, but this one is like empowered with arcane magic. The other ones weren't really. And so the one, like what she's talking about, are like, to sound like they're much larger scale things, like massive.
Right.
Obelisks.
But what I'm also then trying to get at is like, I was trying to figure out, like, is it basically like she has crystal, they have crystal, they're using it for this, she's using it for like she's using a different energy, I guess. More or less trying to get like, if we brought her those bad crystals, could she like reverse engineer it to then give us like a safety bubble?
Oh, I mean, possibly.
Or would bringing a bad crystal to her then completely implode her safety dome?
Yeah, no, it sounds like the crystals that she's talking about are much larger. There would be something that would be able to be like brought anywhere. Yeah, she's basically saying like they need to be like, if you can destroy one.
Okay.
That should make the bog basically falter at its life cycle, at least to some extent.
Yeah. And would she have a way to give us like a portable version of what she's got?
Oh, this is the only one I have. Why are you in need of?
No, the thought was if your protection from your sisters or anything else spurred from that, would a similar item or power give us additional time in the marsh? Could it siphon off the Fey energy, undoing what they're doing to us?
Interesting question. It would take experimenting. Depends how much time you have.
Fair.
She glances at Xerxes.
I don't think we have that much time, unfortunately.
Does her stone that she uses to protect herself look familiar to Dyson at all? In any way?
Yeah. In more ways than one. This might be one of the first of these such like arcane crystals, like that Dyson has seen. Other than, well, he's probably seen the Maranthian airships kind of using them to an extent. But like, yeah, this is like one of the only other ones that he's probably seen in use.
And Laurel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like we should go after these obelisks. And then after we deal with the marsh, maybe we can get you back to the Feywild, and then maybe we can deal with your sisters afterwards. Niestas, whatever.
I keep calling them sisters as well. It goes with the voice. My voice changes. My familiar ties change. It's annoying.
But for now,
My mind
we need
is
to get that. Yeah, we need to get that ember before anybody else. We can deal with everything else later.
The ember sits at the center of the marsh.
Of course it does. Are the twins sitting in the center of the marsh, I'm assuming, as well?
They come and go. I've not seen them in a while.
It's a risk worth taking. Would you allow us to rest here before setting out?
Happily. There are beds upstairs. And as you know, no one is getting in. Well, unless of course they're like random passers-by that aren't on the page. Then they could technically get in, but usually people like that knock.
Do it. Rest, teleport, blow some shit up.
Lovely.
Become Fey landlords.
So you have a conversation and a time with Vandoori. Eventually heading back upstairs. She'll show you to a few rooms. There's a room in the back. There's a main room over here. And you can also just set up shop wherever you want. Up here. They'll be downstairs. Sleep tonight. Do whatever it is you want to do. And then
Does
in
the tea
morning-
give us any special powers?
No, but she does
okay.
say that she cooks a mean breakfast. So if you're going to be there for breakfast, she would have
Not
to
nothing.
supply you with some good food. Before
Was her
you
tea
leave.
good?
Yeah, the tea was pretty good. Like,
That's good.
Did Borseal stick around for breakfast?
I think Vorseal probably made breakfast and she was gone.
I think she probably bailed before Borseal woke up. With a Haggai in her place. On the pillow. Like a mint.
Oh,
Not that far off.
horrifying.
Not that far off. He wore that little
I'm
trinket.
sure it's
I think
not.
at one point he kind of told you a little bit about that story.
Yeah, he told us a little bit because Steven, I don't remember how, but Steven saw his stuff and knew what it was, and Borseal didn't. It was like, so where'd you get this from? And just some woman or something. It was like, sure. Totally normal.
So it is, yeah, totally normal. The only thing she tells you is don't sleep on the rug. And then she tells the rug to be good.
Which rug?
the rug in the big rug in the main room.
Okay.
Circular rug.
Steven was already casting the hut, but now he's like casting it as fast as he can.
She just nobody sleep on the rug, and she tells, just kind of gives the rug like a be good, you.
Good. Great.
Before she goes downstairs.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's where we'll end the evenings, the festivities.
What a lore drop session, Michael.
Wow, you guys, learned a
Well,
lot.
All the Vandoori stuff.
Learned a
Yeah.
lot.